नमस्तेस्तु भगवान्
नारायण वासुदेवाय महापुरुष महानुभाव परम मंगल परम कल्याण परम कारुणिक केवल जगदाधार लोकैकनाथ सर्वेश्वर लक्ष्मीनाथ परमहंस परिव्राजकै परमेण्यात्म योग समाधिना परिभावित परिस्फुट पारमहंस्य धर्मेणोद्घाटित तमा कपाटद्वारे चित्ते प्रावृत्त आत्मलोके स्वयं उपलब्ध निज सुखानुभवो भवान् I'll read that word through translation. Om, O Lord, Namaha, respectful obeisances. Te, unto you, Astu, let there be. Bhagavan, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narayana, the resort of all living entities. Narayana. Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, Adi Purusha, the original person, Mahapurusha, the most exalted personality, Mahanubhava, the supremely opulent, Paramamangala, the most auspicious, Paramakalyana, the supreme benediction, Paramakarunika, supremely merciful, Kevala, changeless, Jagata Adhara, the support of the cosmic manifestation, Lokayekanatha, the only proprietor of all planetary systems, Sarvaishvara, the supreme controller, Lakshminatha, the husband of goddess of fortune, Paramahamsa Parivrajagaye, by the topmost sannyasis wandering all over the world, Paramena, by supreme, Atma Yoga Samadhina, absorption in Bhakti Yoga, Paribhavita, fully purified, Parisputa, and fully manifested, Paramahamsya Dharmena, by executing transcendental process of devotional service, Udghatita, pushed open, Tamaha, of illusory existence, Kapata, in which the door, Dware, existing as the entrance, Chitte, in the mind, Apavrute, without contamination, Atmaloke, in the spiritual world, Swayam, personally, Upalabdha, experiencing, Nija, personal, Sukha Anubhava, perception of happiness, Bhavan, your Lordship. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Narayan, O Vasudev, original person, O most exalted person, supreme experience, welfare personified, O supreme benediction, supremely merciful and changeless, O support of the cosmic manifestation, sole proprietor of all planetary systems, master of everything, and husband of goddess of fortune. Your lordship is realized by the topmost sannyasis who wander about the world to preach Krishna consciousness, fully absorbed in samadhi through bhakti yoga. Because their minds are concentrated upon you, they can receive the conception of your personality in their fully purified hearts. When the darkness in their hearts is completely eradicated and you are revealed to them, the transcendental bliss they enjoy is a transcendental form of your lordship. No one but such persons can realize you. Therefore, we simply offer you our respectful obeisances. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has numerous transcendental names pertaining to different grades of revelation, to various grades of devotees and transcendentalists. When he is realized in his impersonal form, he is called the Supreme Brahman. When realized as a Paramatma, he is called Antaryami. And when he expands himself in different forms of material creation, he is called Shirodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Karanodakshaya Vishnu. When he is realized as Vasudev, Sankirtan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, the Chaturviva, who are beyond the three forms of Vishnu, he is the Vaikuntha Narayan. Above realization of Narayan is realization of Baladev, and above that is realization of Krishna. All these realizations are possible when one engages fully in devotional service. The covered core of one's heart is then completely open to receive an understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various forms. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swahanati. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya Maum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Minti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauraprashe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Devanadu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Devi Nirachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Bhadrasvatrabhyam Jagannatha Jai Ancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Devacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा, हरि बोल। वेलकम एवरीवन। So we are reading from 6th canto, chapter 9, text number 33. Continuation of the prayers by demigods to the Supreme Lord Narayan. O Supreme Person of Godhead, O Narayan, O Vasudev, original person, O most exalted person, supreme experience, welfare personified, O supreme benediction, supremely merciful and changeless, O support of the cosmic manifestation, sole proprietor of all planetary systems, master of everything, and husband of goddess of fortune. Your lordship is realized by the topmost sannyasis who wander about the world to preach Krishna consciousness, fully absorbed in samadhi through bhakti yoga. Because their minds are concentrated upon you, they can receive conception of your personality in their fully purified hearts. When the darkness in their hearts is completely eradicated and you are revealed to them, transcendental bliss they enjoy is a transcendental form of your lordship. No one but such persons can realize you. Therefore, we simply offer you our respectful obeisances. So, in this verse, the Lord's glories are described and also the devotees' glories who can realize Krishna. Those who are absorbed in this material world, in bodily concept of life, they are embarrassed by the constant demand coming from this body and the mind and ego. There is no time for them to think. They just take everything granted. Consciousness is so self-centered that disturbed minds, constant demand coming from body, mind, senses, false ego, they are completely busy 24 hours. Not only when they are awake, I was just reading in the morning times. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says that, he quotes from the 3rd canto, even in night also they are disturbed because of their constant plans for material enjoyment. Their minds are hovering. They cannot even sleep peacefully. They get insomnia. Suddenly they wake up in the night. Sometimes man get up in the night and he just sees whether my tijori keys are with me or they have been taken by somebody. He's afraid. So it's anxiety constant. They are not able to see the higher truths about life. For them, truth is just to somehow or other provide eating, sleeping, sex life, and defending constantly with other people in this world. So this is a very embarrassing situation for the spirit soul. And they are struggling with this material body, identifying that is me. But actually soul has nothing to do with this material body. Soul by nature is Sachidananda, and you don't need anything material in order to become happy. Soul has its own spiritual nature. Ananda, constantly Ananda, happiness, and eternity. Eternal life, Prabhu said, eternal blissful life of knowledge. Material life means is constant anxieties, suffering. This possessing this material body, so many sufferings are coming along with that. And it's a temporary also. How long it will remain with us? People are making so many plans to make this body comfortable, and one day it's taken away from us. And as long as it is there, it keep on demanding so many things. Just to sustain in this world, one has to struggle so much to remain alive. The soul doesn't have to struggle to remain alive. It's always alive. It's eternal. The soul doesn't need food also to sustain himself. He is free from hunger, free from thirst, free from disease. The 8 qualities of soul are described in the Samupanishad. He is free from the mrityu also. Vimrityu, Vijara, no old age. Vishoka, something like that. Free from lamentations. Is completely transcendental in nature. Now also are having such nature, but because we are misidentifying ourselves with this material body, our consciousness has become dulled down, trapped into this material body. So most of the people in this world, they are living like animals only. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, constantly their mind is absorbed in that only. Now you can see today's world also. People don't even become grateful for what they are getting. They think, I am the doer and I am the enjoyer. I am working hard and I am enjoying. They don't see how much they have been given by grace of Krishna. Everything their life is dependent on Krishna's grace, even in material life also. Sunlight, moonlight. Without sunlight, where is the question of life? Now that sunlight has come, which is always constantly raining and cloudy, you feel very dull. And if there is no sunlight, how the plants will make food? And how can you eat food? So one sun Krishna has created, so powerful. Sun God is maintaining all the whole universe. Sometimes people have difficulties to understand this shloka. Nitya nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bhavunam yovidadati kaman. How one can maintain everybody? The sun is maintaining everyone. If there is no sun, no life on this planet. So Krishna is the supreme. He is maintaining everyone. Even sun is maintained by him. The power of the sun is coming from him. Prabhasmi shashirayo. Krishna says that. Prabhasmi, that means the power of the sun is coming from me, him. So those who are absorbed, they cannot see. Air supplied by Krishna, water supplied by Krishna, various eatables are supplied by Krishna. Even body is supplied by Krishna. They take birth. Krishna consciousness means become more and more aware. But when you can become aware? Only when your demand for sense gratification, they reduce. When mind and senses, they come under control and you don't need much in your life, then you start seeing things. Otherwise, very difficult to see. These Paramhamsas, those who wander in this world, sannyasis, topmost sannyasis, those who have controlled their mind and senses and fully absorbed in Krishna, they don't have much demands for themselves. Minimum, they can sustain themselves. What do you need? Actually, body, this machine also will need minimum thing. You need some food. You need some place for sleeping. You need some clothing and you need some. But mind has to show up to the people. I need big house. I need a car. I need this. I need that. And as you keep on supplying, mind keep on demanding. Senses keep on demanding more and more and more and more. And this has no end for this demand of the senses and mind and body and ego. Even if you get big position, again you want bigger position and bigger positions. So there is no satisfaction. The body and senses can never be satisfied by materially engaging them. The senses are in other place in Bhagavatam. There is one devotee offering prayers, saying to the senses, "My dear senses, what kind of masters are you? You never become satisfied. Throughout life, I have served you, and you never become satisfied. This master never becomes satisfied, and they don't give retirement also. Any master in this world, after some time, you get retired. You get some pension." They never become retired. In old age also, they keep on demanding more and more. So they are dissatisfied, and they don't give retirement also. Some more thing he speaks about the senses. And I have been faithfully serving this master so long, life after life. And still, I am not satisfied, and they are also not satisfied. These are senses of mind. But because we are identifying with this body, we don't realize this. We think, oh, how can I be happy in my life unless I get this, unless I get that, unless I get this. Who is demanding that? This material body, which will be taken away after some time. And there is fear also, fear of dying. Fear of dying means what? The things are taken away. Because we are attached to this material body, we are attached to the things, we are always fearful. I think some feedback is coming. Reduce this volume. So although the body doesn't need much, but there is a desire to have more and more. See, in animals' body, they eat sufficiently, whatever they need. You don't find the overeating animals. But human beings will find so much overeating also, grabbing so much things. By nature, they behave with that much intelligence has been given to them. They don't think much about it. And nature supplies them. So human life is a life of responsibility, means to get out of this bodily consciousness of our conditional life, we become free. If we utilize our freedom properly, by practicing spiritual life, one can realize first that I am not this body, called self-realization. And as soon as you realize you are not body, then you become free from the troubles, all the troubles of this material world. Na shochati na kangshati. You don't have any anxiety, now you have lamentation about things, no hankerings. People are horrified, no hankering, no likings. What will I remain? You will be happy constantly. Constant state of existence will be happy state. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. As soon as you realize I am spirit soul, your all fear goes away, lamentation goes away, hankering goes away. But you are happy. Happy state, peaceful state of existence. Prabhupada gives example of Socrates. Socrates, although he was a Greek philosopher, not much knowing about, but he had studied about soul, because Greek philosophy talks about soul. And whatever he was practicing, he had realized that he is spirit soul. But when they gave him death sentence, the contemporary king, because he was preaching about the soul, eternity of the soul. So then they asked him, so how your grave will be made after your death? Graveyard, what is your desire for this? So he laughed. He said, before killing me, you find me where I am. You cannot kill me, he said. Before killing me, you find me. Prabhupada gives him a lecture, says this. You rascal, Prabhupada says, you don't know who am I. I am not this body. So rascal, Prabhupada told this, Socrates told him that. And he accepted that death sentence happily, Prabhupada said. Because he knew that he is not body. So simply by knowing, one can become so fearless. Realizing how much one can be happy. If one realizes that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Brahma Bhuta. Krishna, 18th chapter, Krishna says that. Brahma Bhuta stage means to understand I am not this material body, I am a Brahma. Brahma Bhuta. But now our situation is that we are Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta matlab accepting this material body. Jiva Bhuta Mahabhavo Edam Jharete Jagat. Our Prabhupada said, so many Bhuta means attached, identification. In one lecture, Prabhupada says, cigarette Bhuta. One is smoking cigarette, he has become cigarette Bhuta. So-called sometimes spiritual practitioners, they think that by taking some intoxicant, they can become spiritually realized. So Prabhupada said, they are not spiritually realized, they are cigarette Bhuta. So much dependent on cigarette. Just like we are so much dependent on this material body, somebody is dependent on liquor or some. So different attachment in this world that make us dependent on those things. So much dependent we become. While the Vedic culture is to less depend on material things. By spiritual practices, we advance our consciousness so that we need less material things. And we give more service to Krishna, service to the society in relation with Krishna. So that's nature. Sannyasi means what? Sannyasi means he lives a simple life. He doesn't have his own arrangements. It depends on Krishna. Anashrita karma phalam karya karma karotiya sannyasi cha yogi cha. Anashrita matlab he is not taking shelter of the fruits of his activities. That is sannyasi. He is serving Krishna, but usually people perform activities to get fruits. Why they want fruits? Because they want to enjoy various desires of demands of the senses and mind and ego. So that's why in this world, all the impetus for the people to work is coming from their desire for enjoying fruits. Krishna says 6.1 Bhagavad Gita, Anashrita karma phalam. He is not taking shelter, ashrita, anashrita, karma phalam, but he is serving, doing activities. Our Goswamis, they used to so active, 22 hours they were active, doing so many services as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And 2 hours only for body. Sleeping, eating, bathing, everything in 2 hours. You cannot imitate them, but their bodily demands were practically Nidra, Ahara, Vihara, Kaji, Vijito. They had conquered Nidra, Ahara. So, Anashrita karma phalam karya karma karotiya sas sannyasi yogi cha. He is sannyasi. So he is performing activities, not that sannyasi means he has renounced everything. Sometimes people think the Mayavadi sannyasis think like that. They want to renounce everything, all the activities. They don't want to do any activities, just only study and speculate. They don't have devotional service, understanding about devotional service. That sannyasi means he is fully engaged in service of Krishna. In that shloka verse, Bhagavatam, Itam cha asthaya paratma nistham adhyasitam purvatamair maharshivi. This Avadut Brahmana, Avanti Brahman, he speaks this shloka, which is a sannyas mantra in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's line, where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur speaks on the purport that what sannyas means. 11.23.67. I shall cross etam च आस्थाय परात्मनिष्ठाम अध्यासिताम पूर्वतमैर महर्षिभि अहम तरिष्यामि दुरंत पारम तमो मुकुंदांग्रि निश्चैव एव. I shall cross over the insurmountable ocean of the nations by being firmly fixed in the service of the lotus feet of Krishna. This was approved by the previous acharyas who were fixed in firm devotion to the Lord, Paramatma, the Supreme Person of Godhead. This verse is quoted by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj in his Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 3.6. Srila Prabhupada comments as follows. In connection with this verse, which is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.23.57, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that of the 64 items required for rendering devotional service, acceptance of symbolic marks of sannyas is a regulative principle. If one accepts the sannyas order, his main business is to devote his life completely to the service of Mukunda, Krishna. If one does not completely devote his mind and body to the service of the Lord, he does not actually become sannyasi. It is not simply a matter of changing dress. In the Bhagavad Gita 6.1, it is also stated, Anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti ha sasannyasi cha yogi cha sasannyasi cha yogi cha. One who works devotedly for the satisfaction of Krishna is a sannyasi. The dress is not sannyas, but the attitude of service to Krishna is. The word Paratmanishta means being a devotee of Lord Krishna. Paratma, the Supreme Person, is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Those who are completely dedicated to the lotus feet of Krishna in the service are actually sannyasis. As a matter of formality, the devotee accepts sannyas, dress, as previous acharyas did. He also accepts the dandas. Later, Vishnu Swami considered that accepting dress of a tridandi was paratmanishta. Therefore, sincere devotee add another danda, the jiva danda, to the three existing dandas. The Vaishnava sannyasi is known as tridandi sannyasi. The Mayavadi sannyasi accepts only one danda, not understanding the purpose of tridanda. Later, many persons in the community of Shiva Swami gave up the Atmanishta, devotional service of the Lord, and followed the path of Shankaracharya. Instead of accepting 108 names, those in the Shiva Swami Sampradaya follow the path of Shankaracharya and accept 10 names of sannyas. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the then existing order of sannyas, namely Ekadanda, he still recited a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam about Tridandi sannyas accepted by the Brahmana of Avantipur. Indirectly, he declared that within that Ekadanda, one danda, the four dandas existed as one accepting Ekadanda sannyas without Paratmanishta. Devotional service is not acceptable by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In addition to the exact regulative principles, one should add Jivadanda to Tridanda. These four dandas, bound together as one, are symbolic of the unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, because the Ekadandi sannyasis of Mayavad school are not devoted to the service of Krishna. They try to merge into Brahman effulgence, which is the marginal position between material and spiritual existence. They accept this impersonal position as liberation. Mayavadi sannyasis, not knowing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a Tridandi, thinks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Ekadandi sannyasi. This is due to their vivarta bewilderment. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no such thing as an Ekadandi sannyas. Indeed, the Tridandi sannyasi is accepted as a symbolic representation of the sannyas order. By reciting this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, because in this verse it says Trivenu, Tridandi, clearly said. The Brahmana accepted Tridandi sannyas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the sannyas order recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Mayavadi sannyasis who are enamored of the external energy of the Lord cannot understand the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Long purport it is. So, anashrita karma phalam, that one who is devoted to Krishna completely, either he is rendering service to Krishna or he is offering the fruits to Krishna, everything. Whatever he may be doing then in that case. He is giving all the fruits to Krishna. He is also sannyasi. This Prabhupada says in the one purport of Bhagavad Gita. (18.11). It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all the activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is one who has truly renounced. Nahi deha bhruta shakyam tyaktum karmanya sheshatah yastu karma phalatyagi sa tyagitya abhidiyate. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that one can never give up the work at any time. Therefore, he works for Krishna and does not enjoy the fruitive results. Who offers everything to Krishna is actually a renouncer. There are many members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness who work very hard in their office and in the factory or some of other place. And whatever they earn, they give to the society. Such highly elevated souls are actually sannyasis and are situated in renounced order of life. It is clearly outlined here how to renounce the fruits of work and for what purpose should it be renounced. So, Prabhupada said there are many members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada times they were there. Many members, Prabhupada was saying that they work in factory and offices. What they do? Whatever they earn, they give to the society. So difficult, not so easy. Whatever they earn. Of course, we cannot imitate, but we can understand the principle. That this is sannyas. Even is working in factory, Prabhupada is saying he is sannyasi. Working in office. Because sannyas means dedicate one's life to Krishna. But outside people will not understand. Somebody is working factory like that. But Krishna or great Vaishnavas, they can understand it. His life is fully dedicated for serving Krishna. No other purpose in his life. And whatever Krishna gives as a prasad, he may accept it to maintain in this world. Eventually, the whole process of Vedic culture is to come to this brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas order. So sannyas doesn't mean just renounce everything and just sit idly, not doing anything, sleep. Sometimes there are sadhus in India, they think that they have renounced everything and they just go and loiter in some temples or some place, sleep, bake some food and eat. That's not sannyas. Sannyas means he is fully absorbed in serving Krishna. But he doesn't enjoy fruits. He offers the fruits also to Krishna. Serving Krishna fully or offering Krishna all the fruits what one is doing activities. So then, such a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna, as is message here mentioned in this verse. O support of the cosmic manifestation, sole proprietor of all planetary systems, master of everything and the husband of goddess of fortune, your lordship is realized by the topmost sannyasis who wander about in this world to preach Krishna consciousness, fully absorbed in samadhi through bhakti yoga. Because their minds are concentrated upon you, they can receive the conception of your personality in their fully purified hearts. When the darkness in their hearts is completely eradicated and you are revealed to them, the transcendental bliss they enjoy is the transcendental form of your lordship. No one but such persons can realize you. Therefore, we simply offer you our respectful obeisances. So it doesn't matter in that sense which ashram one is staying. The spirit, what is mentioned here, it's not just a dress. It is the attitude of service. Is that sannyas? In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, there were grahasthas, there were brahmacharis, there were sannyasis, but everybody was having the same spirit. Those who were Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's true followers, they had no other material desires in their lives. They were completely dedicated to serving. Mahaprabhu era Bhakta Gana Vairagya Pradhan. They were all Vairagis. Jaha dekhi priti hai Gaura Bhagwan. Wherever they may be in Grahastha ashram or they may be Vanaprastha ashram, they may be Sannyasa ashram. They were completely attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Mahaprabhu was asking during Mahaprakash Lila. Then Kolabecheshidhar was having his banana seller business. Banana selling, the banana leaves. So what do you want? You want to become Indra? You want to become Brahma? Mahaprabhu was giving them offers. Giving them offers to devotees. See, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in a difficulty. Who can create Brahmandas from his body? His expansion of expansion. Mahavishnu. Another Brahmanda. Yes, Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayak are there. So one more Brahmanda creating is difficult for him. The Karma Kandi people don't realize. They work so hard to get some position in heaven. And then to become Indra is so difficult. You have to make 100 Ashwamedh Yajna. To become Brahma, you have to follow strictly Varnashram system for 100 lifetimes. Then you can be qualified to become Brahma. But a pure devotee of the Lord, everything he achieves by pure devotional service, without doing anything else. So Mahaprabhu is giving them offer that. You want to become Brahma or you want to become Indra or anything you want in life. The devotees say, we don't want anything. We are fully satisfied in serving you. My dear Lord, don't create illusion. No. Not allure us. So allurement happens when we have material desires. Material desires make us get allured by this illusory energy. Those who are fully absorbed in serving Krishna, they enjoy such happiness that they don't have such attraction. Today morning I also was reading this Maya's bets. So this is from the Harinam Chintamani. According to the scriptures, there are 6 types of surrender, or 6 principles of surrender, which are impossible to explain in details. In brief, they are accepting everything favorable for service of the Lord, rejecting everything unfavorable for the service of the Lord, having faith in Krishna as one's protector, knowing that Krishna is one's preserver or maintainer, thinking oneself as low and worthless, and sixth, being self-surrendered. If one does not culture these attitudes while chanting, one will simply accumulate material in life. So we have to cultivate these attitudes. This is Haridas Thakur is saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Harinam Chintamani, that if we are not cultivating surrendering, that means depend on Krishna more. Don't make so many plans in this material world for our own sense gratification. We can make plans to serve Krishna, not getting the fruits for enjoying. The depending on Krishna, understand Krishna is my maintainer, Krishna is my protector, and whatever is anukul for my devotional service, I should accept that. And what is pratikul, I should reject that. And thinking oneself as low and worthless. One should never think that I am very qualified. We are small, fallen from the spiritual world. I should always remember. Our first duty is to elevate our consciousness. We are already in fallen state. Why should be one proud of anything? But this material world, various material designations, they make us proud. I am engineer, I am this, I am that. They simply make proud material things. So by spiritual cultivation, that naturally makes one humble, means we come to the real senses. Actually, I am very insignificant. Whole material world is so complex, so vast. What is my power in front? That realization makes one naturally humble. Then one is not fearful, because one understands Krishna is supreme and he is lover of everyone. So Krishna loves. So that's why one is feeling protected by Krishna also. One who is not feeling protected by Krishna, he is looking for protection in this material world, in matter. One who gets that realization that he is protected by Krishna constantly, even if I am very insignificant, just like a small child, he is very helpless, but he is peaceful. How? Because he understands my mother is taking care, father is taking care. Is that not true? So similarly, devotee also understand that I am insignificant, but I have been taken care by Krishna. So that makes him peaceful and happy. So if one does not cultivate these attitudes while chanting, one will simply accumulate material in his life. Keep on accumulating so many material things. Why people are after material things? Because they find always fear, shelter. They are looking shelters, material shelters. More money, more things around them, material things. Then they feel very comfortable. Not comfortable for some time. Again they feel fearful. Material things makes one illusory comforts. When problem comes, again they are disturbed. Little problem comes, they are disturbed. Those things which always help increase devotion should be accepted in one's life with relish. Those things which impede devotion should be rejected, it be discussed. One should believe that other than Krishna there is no one on whom to depend, and that Krishna alone is one's maintainer. One should think that one is very low and unqualified with no possessions. As an eternal servant of Krishna, one will be willing to do everything Krishna desires. To believe that one is doer, the giver, the protector, that one owns his body, house, wife and offspring, to think oneself to be a Brahmana or Shudra, husband or wife, a king or citizen, this should all be rejected. Instead, centering one's thought on Krishna, one should think of Krishna as the controller and a doer, and that Krishna's desire is the main thing. One will do as Krishna desires, not as one independently want to do. By Krishna's wish, I will stay in this world, and by Krishna's wish, I will cross over it. If there is pain, if there is rejoicing, still I am Krishna's servant. By his will, I will give mercy to the jivas. My material enjoyment and renunciation are all dependent on Krishna. When this attitude is present, it is called Atmanivedana or self surrender. When these six types of Saranagati are not present in an individual, he possesses the intelligence of I and mine. Such a person is considered a low rascal because he believes that he is a doer, that the world is his, and he is the creator of his destiny and the enjoyer of the fruits of his activities, that he is his own protector and maintainer, and that these are his wife, brothers, sons, and daughters, and that by his own endeavor he can achieve all perfection and glory. Such people are proud of the power of their own knowledge. Not considering the Lord's control, they think that their own brain can increase and extend the arts and sciences. If these people hear the glories of the name, they do not believe them. Or if they do chant Krishna's name, it is only out of social custom. Even if they hear Krishna's glory, they don't believe. And if they chant, it is only social custom. See, as our organization is growing, there is a chance that many people come because it's nice. ISKCON has not nice branding. Here you get good people who are talking nicely. And you get some nice experience, entertainment, some pious entertainment. Some people can come like that. But they should become devotees by sincerely following Krishna consciousness. Then that is good. But if they're just coming for that, here he said that they may chant, but only out of social custom. क्यों इधर आने के बाद पूछता है कितना माला करते हैं? They may chant because social custom. I have to say that I am chanting this many rounds, but not that they can sit down and really pray to Krishna, cry. Call out Krishna's names. Prabhu said, materially absorbed people, satisfied people, those who are proud of their high birth or the wealth or the education or the beauty, cannot call out Krishna's name with feelings. In the Kunti's, one of this sloka, purport, Prabhupada writes like this. So these people, it's only being pretenders and cheaters, they may chant names in Hela Namabhas, but will never get prema. This offense is due to being bound tightly by Maya, and deliverance is difficult. However, one can see that there are some people who, taking up the name and reaching the level of Shuddha Bhakti, have completely given up material attachment and humbly worship Krishna's lotus feet and sing his name. One should seek out this type of person, take his association, and serve him with desire to give up material attachment. Gradually, one will become fixed in name, and I and mine will go away as one transcends the attachment to Maya. Giving up the false mentality, one will culture full surrender, which is constitutional position of the jiva and the very nature of bhakti. By this, one gets prema. Okay. So it's difficult because everybody in this world is having this fruitive mentality and working so hard, and they keep on talking how much you have material things. All talks only about how much matter you possess. Nobody talks about how much Krishna consciousness you possess. So in this material world, to practice Krishna consciousness is a challenge. So therefore, association of very sincere people is the only way. That is, sincerity means what? You see somebody who is sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness, what Haridas Thakur is speaking or our Acharyas are speaking. Although it's difficult, the Brahmana is saying, Etamsha Astya, it's difficult. Paratmanishtam, Durantaparam. Durantaparam is very difficult. But we have got such a wonderful process. I will surely cross, he is saying. Confident. How is confident? Purvatamayar Maharshibi. Great saintly people have practiced and got perfected in the past by serving Krishna's lotus feet. Nishayavayeva. Tamo Mukundangri Nishayavayeva. If one sincerely serves Krishna without footy mentality, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam, with some love, affection, not to make a show to the public that I am doing so many things, then we spoil the whole devotional service. We do some service, whatever capacity we have, but that service should be rendered with love, Priti Purvakam. Prabhu said, one should have some service and that service should be rendered with love. Devotional service means constantly trying to please Krishna, give Krishna happiness. So when we are rendering with this attitude, then Krishna gives all intelligence to the person. What he does? Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamapayantite. But in order to render service properly, one has to purify the consciousness by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So with feeling of endeavoring to cultivate the attitude of surrender, when we chant Krishna's name as Draupadi chanted, calling out Krishna, then that chanting will have that effect in our heart to clean our heart. Not just chanting out of social custom or chanting inattentively just because I have to somehow or other complete the rounds, but chanting with cultivating feeling of surrender, chanting with some affection for Krishna, Priti Purvakam, and rendering service to Krishna, both things. Then Krishna will remove all the obstacles in our lives. It says, Nadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, I give intelligence so that he can escape from these material clutches, Maya. And I, dwelling in the heart of such devotees, I remove all the darkness, as mentioned here in this place. When the darkness in their hearts is completely eradicated and you reveal to them, Tesham evanu kampartham aham agyanajam tamaha. Out of compassion, mercy on such people, devotees, I, dwelling in the heart, remove the darkness of ignorance. Presently our mind is clouded with so many misconceptions about life, so many anarthas. Very difficult for us to remove. By sincere practicing Krishna consciousness, Krishna removes that. Aham agyanajam tamaha. I do that. Nashayami atma bhavasto jnana dipena bhaspata. The torchlight of knowledge, Krishna lights the heart of devotee. Now its heart is in darkness because of the thick covering of this contaminated mind around the soul. But the mind is cleansed, then the real nature of the soul, like a light, everything is lit up. So Krishna says that I clean the heart of a devotee. Nashayami atma bhavasto jnana dipena bhasvata. Then he can see himself as a spirit soul, he can see Paramatma in the heart. And for a devotee, Krishna manifests not just Paramatma, manifests a beautiful form of Shyam Sundar, which is the highest realization. Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupam Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Rudeshu Vilavakyanti. One who has developed love, such a person can see Krishna to the highest realization. What is that highest realization? Bhagwan. Supreme Person, Krishna. Shyam Sundar. All other realizations are inferior to that realization. That topmost is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. That a devotee gets realization. As mentioned by Prabhupada in this verse, that the different grades of revelation to the various grades of devotees and transcendentalists. The lowest is impersonal realization, Krishna's Brahma Jyoti, Supreme Brahman, and then Paramatma, Antaryami, in the heart of everyone. And then the highest is the Krishna Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord Krishna. And in between also there realizing Vishnu form, realizing Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, and then these forms, and then Vaikuntha Narayan, and then ultimately Balram and Krishna, highest realizations. So living in the kingdom of God, also there are different gradations, realizations. The topmost is Krishna Loka. Once Janivas was saying that those who want to serve Krishna in Vrindavan, as Krishna wants it, fully are thinking about Krishna only. So they live in Vrindavan. But those who want to serve Krishna in opulence, so they have some desires to serve in a particular way. So there Krishna manifests as Vaikunthas. Otherwise Krishna wants to be in Vrindavan himself. But some devotees want to serve him like that. So he expand himself as different forms in Vaikuntha planets, which are also spiritual world, but Krishna lives in a topmost Vaikuntha planet, that is Krishna Loka. Whether devotees simply want to serve Krishna and please Krishna the way Krishna wants. So that's the highest realization, Bhagavan. So by discussing all these things, we should simply develop an aspiration and sincere desire to enjoy, to serve Krishna. The endeavoring in spiritual life, we need always inspiration. So we should constantly hear Krishna Katha to get inspired by such wonderful message of Bhagavatam. That's why hearing is very important. If we are not hearing regularly, then material nature is always bombarding our consciousness with so many other vibrations. So therefore, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day we come sit down, hear Srila Prabhupada's wonderful words and the Bhagavatam wonderful prayers, different devotees, and get inspired in our lives. Then that inspiration acts as a very powerful force for us to overcome all difficulties. Krishna also sees our enthusiasm and he also bestows his mercy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.